Debbie with Kip's Corner. Welcome back, and if you're new, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Today I am going to show you the flip through of my finished Scrappy Silhouette Journal. I'm so excited that I got this done. This was a blast to work on. So I'll dive right in. During the process, I created a mixed media tag, and that's this. I think there's a video on this one. This is crackle paint on the top. I scraped some off, got some drops on there, got it all nice and kind of messy. This is an old button, piece of fabric. This is modeling paste, through a stencil, modeling paste with black gesso added to it to get that dark color. Another piece of fabric, a little bit of book cloth. Then the background, the very, very background is just, it's a paper from a paper pad. I don't remember which one. And this is a piece of driftwood up at the top that I've coated with glossy accents to seal it. And then I just attached it through the hole up there at the top with some string. And then on the back, there's just a book page, splattery, dirty, messy, but still could be written on, I think. And so that's a tag that just kind of comes along with the journal. This journal will be in my Etsy shop. I will post it in the Etsy shop at the exact same time that this video goes live. And there will be a link below to the item in the Etsy shop, as well as the playlist for this journal. I think there's 3 or 4 videos of me just working on different parts of this journal. So I have a playlist on my channel where all of those videos will be posted. I think there's 3. This would be the 4th video. Okay, here we go. Let me dive right in. So first off, the top this is a metal bird, and he's been rusted, and he's on the very, very top. Then behind him is a piece of paper from the Scrappy Silhouette kit from Tracie Fox Creative. Love junk journals on Etsy. This is a design team project for Tracie, and I will also have the link to that kit down in the description box below. It's a beautiful kit. Behind that is just some fabric. I think it's from an old bag feed sack. Behind that is a book cover. This was a German devotional, and the cover was just falling apart. It had been repaired with this black cloth, and you can see it's just, it was falling apart. You can kind of tell, and it was square. So I have this is actually the back cover. I still have the front cover, so I'll use it again in another project. Then down here, or up here, I should say, is another old button. And here with button with a little bit of the fabric that's on the background here, tied through the buttonholes. Then there's a little piece of little paper fastener back there in the back, and another button that was absolutely falling apart. And I did seal this too, so it didn't fall apart anymore, but it was originally a fabric button, and that's metal underneath. So let's see, I think that's it there. And then this whole thing is attached to bookboard. So this is a solid hardcover, flat hidden spine. On the spine, I have this little metal piece that's been rusted. It's got number 15. Then on the fabric itself, this is kind of a gauze-like fabric. I didn't do anything to the back. Oops, got little threads here. Didn't do anything to the back. So you can kind of see that fabric. It's really pretty, cool color. Then for the ties, I have, these are picture frame hooks, and I've just tied the sari silk through the little loop there on the front and the back. And then I've got metal corners that I intentionally tried to kind of bang up a little bit and get them dented. Metal corners on all 4 sides, and then sari silk. This is just tied in a bow right now. So all you do is just untie it. And then this completely unties. You can shorten this, you can switch this out. So this is not, the sari silk is not adhered permanently, but you can see it's through the little hook on both the front and the back. All right, let's dive in. Next, we have the inside front cover. This is a true to my sort of standard operating procedure. I've used a vintage handkerchief for the pockets on the front and inside covers. And this one it's really pretty. And that rust was on there. I think that was a pin. You know, they would come in boxes and they'd be pinned into the box. And so that's rust that was still on there. I didn't try to clean it. Sewed it on. And then the paper on the inside covers is from the kit as well. Then I have just a bingo card, a cute little bingo card. It fit perfectly in there. This is a little advertising card for, it's French. I have no idea what it says. Blank on the back and a French card, number 10. And I just put those pieces in there. I like adding actual real vintage pieces and ephemera into the journals. This one was hard to find pieces that I thought kind of still looked good. And so those were some of the pieces that I was able to find. Okay, the signature covers, there's 3 signatures in this journal. And each first page of the signature, or signature cover is what I like to call them, is a little mixed media piece. So this one is on the background. There's a stencil. It's a flower stencil with gesso. Let me get it up close so you can kind of see. Then that was covered with tea bag paper. And so that's why you've got some wrinkles and crinkles and stuff in there. And then on top of that, these are some cardboard pieces that were also covered with tea bag paper. I think you can kind of see there. And it was all, you know, painted. And then I also did some dry stenciling with some cream gesso on top of it. And that's where these lighter colors are coming in. Then on top of all of that, and these 2 are from Tim Holtz from his, I don't know, his etc. line. So they're thicker cardboard. And these are just pieces of regular cardboard, just a thin piece. Then I've got 3 numbers on here. And I've painted those a blue. You can kind of see. There you go. And then these are die cuts, also from Tim Holtz, I believe. And they're just die cut using, it's called soft touch paper. It's a paper that almost feels like suede. This just happens to be solid black. It's really pretty soft paper. That's the front. And then this whole board is adhered to a handmade watercolor paper. So you can't see much of it. I think you can later. So, all right, moving right along. First off, we have a pocket. I think I made this in one of the videos, this pocket. It's just a simple little pocket. Just added a little die-cut bird there. And then I've got a tag in here. And this is, again, from the kit. And I just did a little collage. This is the piece of a spine of a book, of an old book, a couple pieces of fabric, another old button, and some fibers. So that's just tucked in there. Then from the kit, like I said, I just loved the blues and the browns and then the neutral colors. And then I backed all the pages when I print them out, just with different sort of neutrals and things, that digitals that I have, ledger paper. And this is just a little collage on some handmade paper that's ripped up. And it's just pieces of, this is another handmade paper back here in the back. Looks like there's some tea bag paper on here, some fabric, couple fabric pieces. There's more fabric there. This is a rusted fabric. And I kind of just sewed all of that. And this is a butterfly die cut. We're using that same soft touch paper. And on the back side, just a little bit of ledger sewn in that space. Some ripped up coffee dyed paper. This is another page from the kit. And then again, I just backed it with, actually this is also from Tracie. I'll try to put, this is one of her older kits. I will try to put this link down below as well. And I think it's light enough that you can write on. This is more handmade paper in an indigo. There's a couple pieces in here. And then I've just kind of, I can't remember how I did that. Watercolor maybe? No, I don't know. Might have just been ink and a little bit of water spritz. I honestly don't remember how I did that. But anyway, I just got a little bit of grunge going down there at the bottom. And I put two pieces together with some fabric, just some old more fabric from a feed sack, which is what I've got down here at my base too, is an old feed sack. So I had a couple of them. And this paper is from Southampton. It's, yeah, it comes in a little kit of several pieces. And there's the other side. There's a couple tabs in here that I put on this is a metal, I don't know what you call it, metal ribbon from Hobby Lobby. And I put it in a rust bath for a couple days, so it's got that grungy. And then I just adhered it on here with an eyelet. Just folded it in half. And I also sealed it with glossy accents. So it has a little bit of sheen, but then it's also protected from the rust. And there's the back side of that tab. The inside spread of each one of the 3 signatures is from Tracie's kit as well. It's pretty. I just love the blues. Just love them. This is a little tuck spot here using some of that same handmade paper. Little tiny bit of fabric here with some zigzag sewing. And then the butterfly piece here is from the kit. And then in this little tuck spot, I just have, this is a little journaling card, paper from the kit. And I've got, this is called a signal. It's a metal signal. And then I've got it backed with some paper, and I wrapped that bird around so a little bit of the tree comes back here to the back. And then inside the pocket with that, I have just a ticket. It's blue. It worked. And this is an old vocabulary card, try and he. Just tucked it in there. There's another piece. Let's see, is that that's the other side of that indigo handmade paper. It's just gorgeous. More writing space, and then here's the back side of that ledger that I have over here, goes all the way through, and then I folded it in half. Same with the collage on the front. That background paper goes all the way through. I've got a couple little rub-ons on here, and this fabric folds all the way through. More ledger paper. This is nice. This is good, sturdy ledger paper. It's from an old ledger. I believe it was either from the late 1800s or the early 1900s, but it's really sturdy. And then here's that, you can see a better look of that watercolor paper. That's the back of the signature. And then this is the second signature. Now this signature cover I did mostly with fabrics, and it's just a patchwork. There's a washer here, a rusted washer that it has some, just some black twine around it. The birds, of course, die cut, are also die cut from that soft touch paper. There's some sewing on here, rusted fabric pieces, just solid fabric colors. And then there's a couple pieces, little squares cut out from Tracie's kit. So this piece, and the birds are the only paper. The rest of this is all fabric in the background here. And that's just adhered to, I think it was a black, or maybe not, I don't know. It was adhered to a heavyweight card, and then has been attached to the paper. So that you can see, that's a closer up of that watercolor paper. More of the ledger paper. And then this is an envelope from the kit. And I didn't do a whole lot to it. I did work on this, I think, in one of the videos. I just sewed around the edge and added a couple pieces here. Book page, some rusted fabric, and an old button. And then here's the back side, which is adorable. I love the little butterfly. Left all my strings and backed it with a paper pad from TaylorMade Journals, Creative Expressions, and I think it's called Cracked Paint. And so I just backed that, scored it, folded, sewed it, and that is attached to, whoops, get in the right place. That is attached to another handmade paper. Let me get that up close and personal. You can see the texture in it. It's rough on this side and a little smoother on this side. So it's really pretty paper. I thought the color went well. I thought the color went well with the journal and the blues that were in here. And then this is also from the kit, butterflies. There's more of that paper from one of Tracie's kits. This is handmade paper also, and it's coffee, so that is actual coffee greens that are in there. Little bit beautiful little piece that you could write on. And then this is just a little collage. I've got some sewing back here, the little birds from the kit. And then this piece of paper back here in the very back is just a little piece that I ripped out of some jelly printing playing that I was doing. And I thought it looked a little bit like wood, you know, so I thought it worked well with the bird. I'm not going to dive into jelly printing for those of you who are curious, but I do have a little plate now and will occasionally play. There's that sewing going all the way through, some more coffee dyed paper. And then here's a pocket. These pieces are both from the kit, and this has, let's see if you can capture it. I don't know. Yep, there it is. There you can see. This is frosted crystals embossing powder from Tim Holtz on the very top of it. The back piece does, and the top piece is just inked. And then I sewed around it, but this has a neat texture to it. There's another one of those tabs with the metal piece. And then in this pocket, I have just a simple little tag. I just added a little bit of wire down at the bottom, a tab at the top. This is a printout from Tracie's kit. And then on the back I have this is from her kit as well. And then I added another vocabulary card. It says, look. Look. That just slips right down in there. And the center spread here is flowers. So each center spread has a different silhouette theme. One is butterflies, one is flowers, and one is birds. So this one is flowers. Same with the covers. One is flowers, one is birds, and the last one is butterflies. More coffee dyed paper. And here's the back side of that paper, and the back side of the handmade paper. And the back side of one of the printouts. Here's another little collage that I made. This is a die cut using that same soft touch paper, a couple of pieces of the fabric, some more fabric here in the very back, and then this piece, the flowers, is the result of me playing with the jelly plate. Small piece. And that's just all been affixed to, directly sewn onto the back side of that fibered paper. More ledger paper, and then here's the end of the second signature. This is the third signature, and this is the one, I did some of these on camera, and I don't know which of the three I did. This might be one of them that I did. And so this is butterflies. This is a zipper. There's lots of texture in here. There's texture paste, there's grit paste, there's all sorts of texture here on the background. Scratches, you can see some scratches in here, and then I just played with some different colors to color it. The zipper itself has a wax paste on top of it. I first painted it black with black gesso. I think it was a silver zipper, with white trim. I cut off the extra, the extra piece, and got the zipper cut, kind of all the way to the edge before I adhered it down here. And then this is paper from Tracie's kit in the background. And on top of it, I added a little bit of blue soft pastels just to get it really, really bluer than it was. And then I added the butterflies on top. Butterflies are from a die cut. Here's another little collage, much like the one in the signature before. This little tag is from the kit. Just some sewing back here. And then there's more paper from my playtime with the jelly plate. More coffee dyed paper. And then here is a pocket. This is from the kit. And same here, I really liked the simplicity of this. And I just added a little swatch of fabric and another button. There's a little rub-on down here, some sewing. And this is the paper from the kit was attached to just a black cardstock in the background. And actually, I think that's more of the soft touch paper. And then in this, this is a die cut that I painted black with. I die cut it on a white paper, then just painted it black with black gesso and added it to one of the tags in the kit. Very simple. And then it's backed with this paper. So easy to write on. And then this is just, I love the way this is discolored, patinaed. This is an old, I don't even know what it is, delivery receipt from the 40s. But it's just got cool colors on it, so I tucked that in there. Another piece of original ephemera. And then more of these are kind of like ledger paper with some grunge on them. Easy to write on. And here's another fold with the indigo handmade paper. Again, I used a strip of very grungy fabric from a feed sack, actually, is what I think it was. Did the same thing where I got a little extra color down here on the bottom. I just wanted to get some of that brown in there. More ledger paper. Here's another printout from the kit. And then this is another, I didn't cut many of the strings. I left them, so if they drive you nuts, just trim them off. Here's another little collage. This is handmade paper in the background, pieces of fabric. This is tea bag paper, more fabric. On this blue, it's a very soft, also I think handmade paper, and then the little birds that are cut out on top using that soft touch paper. So when you touch them, they feel very velvety. More ledger paper just added onto this, a little rub on there. Here's the back side and another tab with the metal ribbon. Then here's the inside spread here. And so that's birds. So I already said that. One of the spreads is butterflies, one's flowers, one's birds. On this one, I've got another signal here on the back side with over some fabric. I boo-booed when I was putting this tab on and actually but pulled a little bit of the color off of this paper. And so I had to cover it up. So there you go. Now you know my dirty little secret. I covered a boo-boo. And there's the back side of that, but it worked, I think. And then more, I mean, isn't that just, look at how pretty those are. Just so pretty. More ledger paper. And here's the back side of those two pieces put together using that grungy fabric. Here's another little tuck spot. This corner piece is from the kit, and then I just added a little trim here on the edge of some of that, some handmade paper that I have. And then there's a tag in here, and this is from all right, let's see. The paper in the back is from a paper pad. Then that's ripped, and here on the top is from the kit. Then over here, I just have a die cut of the floral with the soft touch paper. And then these are fibers from the inside of a book, from the inside of a spine on a book, where where all the strings are, where they're sewn in. And I have a couple pieces. This was just big enough. I thought it would just add it a little, kind of makes it look like that stem is tied on there. And then the back side is whatever was on the back of that paper, this paper pad. Looks like there's a little bit of vintage tape, faux vintage tape here on this one as well. So that's in there. And I just tuck that in there with the strings, kind of loose strings hanging out like that. And then just a couple tickets, same thing, selected because of their colors, work so well. And this one has, I'll see, I do it this way. This one has some numbers at the top. And this one, these were actually used to be green. You can kind of see the green on the back. That's how faded that is. It's not even green anymore. It has the brown, and it works. And there's another bird from the kit. More coffee dyed paper, and then here's the back side of that collage piece. And then the end of the signature. So back here, this paper in the back, just like in the front, this is from the kit. This is the other half of the old handkerchief. And so there's rust spots on this as well. You can see here. So it's one handkerchief cut in half. Part of it's in the front, part of it's in the back. And then I just have attached here my Kip's Corner stamp on a little piece of fabric with a tiny safety pin. Yeah, that's what those are called. So you can see more rust here and here. So that's that. And that's the journal. Let me, I tell you what, let me measure it because I forgot to do that when I first started talking. It's a 6x6 square. So it's a 6x6 journal square, and it's got, let's see, what is that? It's about, let's see, that's not quite a little over 2 1/4. So let's call it 2 3/8 on the spine. And yeah, I think that's it. That's everything. That's everything. And this just ties. It's easy to do. You just grab hold of here. If you know how to tie a bow, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And then what I do is just grab this and just pull this nice and big and fluffy. If I can grab hold of it here. There we go. And then from there, you can just do this. Spread those out. Get it nice and fluffy. And then you've got this really pretty little bow here on the side. So that's it. Scrappy Silhouette, thank you so much for joining me. I know some of you who know me, or you've seen me in some chats, I've mentioned that I'm working on a sale, and I am. I'm very close to being able to be ready, but I'm not going to do a live sale this time. I think that's hard. It's hard on me, but it's also hard on you guys, because who has that much time to, I certainly don't, right? Have that much time to sit and watch videos or watch live sales. So what I'm going to do is record a series of videos, and each video for the sale, each video will be a different topic. So one will be books, so it'll be nothing but books. And then one will be book pages and ledgers. And then I've got one that's fabric. And then one will be, of course, just miscellaneous stuffs. I've got some really cool things. I'm really excited to bring it all to you, but it's a lot. And so what I'm going to do is I will have these series of videos, 4 or 5 of them. I don't know yet how many. I haven't recorded any of them yet. I will post them kind of all at the same time, and they'll be live for let's say 2 weeks or something like that. I'll figure that out later. I'll give you more details later. And then you email of anything that you see that you're interested in the video. And then at the end of the 2-week period, I will pull the videos down, and then I'll start filling orders and stuff. So lots of cool stuff. Like I said, I'm very, very excited. I've gotten I've encountered a couple of really neat deals. So yeah, I'm excited. I hope you are too. And I hope that works for everyone, because then you can watch the videos at your leisure over the course of a couple of weeks or so. And, make notes about what you see, and then just shoot me an email and say, here's what I want. And it will be first come, first serve basis, of course, though, too. So you got to watch the videos fast. So that's coming, and I'm going to be, for real, I'm going to finish my fairy tale journal. It's inching closer. I set it aside a little bit while I was kind of working on not only finishing Scrappy Silhouette, but also working on the sale. So hopefully I can dive back into that and get that one done as well before I start on a new journal. I do want to get one of these both to be done before I started a new one. Okay, that's it. That's all I've got to say. Scrappy Silhouette. She will be in the Etsy shop at the same time this video goes live. Take a peek and let me know if you have any questions. And thank you for joining me. I'll be back. Bye.